As coaches, you want to get your athletes as strong as possible without jeopardizing their speed and quickness. The Exploder does just that. Triple extension lifts are the key to more powerful movements, and the Exploder bar was designed to allow these exercises to be performed in a safe and effective manner. And it's a great way to condition core muscle groups and ligaments. The Exploder bar is built for athletes who are looking for speed, strength, and explosion. Check it out at premierathleticssolutions.com.
This meeting is being recorded.
Here today with Coach Juan Rodriguez of the Lubbock Westerners. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
I am doing well. Now we're at the time of year, we're right at the end of the school year, but that means you've seen your football players out competing in other sports, competing in other UIL competitions, in the weight room. So how's the spring went for Lubbock?
Well, it's definitely been a really exciting time for us. Watching our kids compete in a variety of things in different athletic programs around our high school and being able to contribute, but also being committed to the process of coming in and doing diligence behind us and trying to take care of their weight workout and taking care of their grades. And, we've had a lot of guys be successful on the track, and it's just definitely that program grew quite a bit this year, and being able to just have an extension of us. And so we had a lot of guys compete and do a lot of great things there. And so we're really excited for our spring. Because of the multiple sport athletes that we do here, it was not easy for us to try to transition to a spring ball. But that's always a great problem to have. So it's not really a bad deal. We had our quarterbacks both, pitching and catching for our baseball team. They did a fantastic job out there. So it's definitely an exciting time for us here at Lubbock High.
So kind of walk us through the team for the fall. Who are you graduating? Who might step into those roles? Who do you have back? Who might be filling new roles on the field this fall?
Well, it's one of those things that we have some great kids graduate. We lost some great ones. Definitely going to miss Jaime Villa, one of our offensive linemen who did a great job for us. Michael Coleman, who definitely was not, had a real bad injury at the beginning of spring there, and spring scrimmage, and wasn't able to come out and produce, but we're still able to get him in a situation where he's going to be successful. So we're definitely looking, to replace him. But, we had that opportunity this year with, some younger guys and Josh Coleman and Trini, and slot receiver type of kid, Trini Tejerina, and Ethan Torres, who did a great job for us defensively, was able to play 3 sports, played basketball, did a great job for us on the 4x4. So it's definitely something that we're going to be able to build on. Hopefully, with our quarterback situation, Ira McGuire coming back and being a second year, 2-sport player, varsity and baseball, varsity basketball, football for us. So definitely a lot to build on, and our kids are really excited. We did lose again, Keith Ramirez, which was instrumental for our running and attack game. Unfortunately, he got hurt during the year in one of our games. It was difficult to bring him back, but when you had a guy like that for the last 4 years, it definitely leaves a lasting impression, and we're definitely going to miss him. But we're looking for some younger guys. Ezekiel Rodriguez will be back, carried the ball towards the end there. He's going to be playing two-way player for us. And I think it's just one of those things where our younger guys are ready to fill in the spots. And we've seen a lot of excitement from our younger classes, our sophomore group coming up, which were our freshmen this year. Is we're going to have some guys that are going to be, do a good job as instrumental moving forward and trying to move the program in the right direction for us.
All right. Now, if you don't mind, walk us through 2-5AD2, who your competition is, and what you expect to see from them on the field this fall.
Well, it's definitely an extremely competitive district, and I think at one point when I was, looking into the job, and you're going to go down to 5A Division II, but then you look at your opponents. You got Ryder there, and you've got Palo Duro, and you got Abilene Cooper, and you have Wiley. All established programs. Plainview. So it's definitely not, anyone in particular, but the level of competition in this district is extremely high. They're all well coached. We've got some great coaches in our area that do a fantastic job with their kids. Wiley will always be a tough, and Coach Martin over there does a great job, and Coach Mims at Paladuro, and so it's not anything where I can say one team, is going to stand out, but they're all extremely great and competitive, and they do a great job. So we have our hands full in this district, but you're going to see a running attack from Wiley. You're going to see the ball slinged out there by Coach Mims and his kids from Paladuro, and Plainview again does a great job. But you got Ryder, who's multiple, who's going to be able to run the ball down your throat, and he's going to be able to throw it and sling it too, and got a great defensive team back there. So it's definitely something that we, going into the spring, we thought of, and looking at strategies strategically, what can we do both offensively and defensively to really benefit our kids, but to also complement the type of style of teams that we play. So you definitely may see, I won't say it too loud, but you may see some different formations and see us in a different style of offense, to where I think our kids can be successful moving on.
Now, you've been coaching for a couple of years. You've been at various places of the state, from the Houston area and out in Lubbock. What would you say the biggest challenge facing Texas high school athletics right now is, and is that challenge different based on different areas of the state or different levels?
Well, definitely the dust here in Lubbock is a little bit hard for anybody to handle, but I think the challenges that we face throughout the educational system across the state of Texas are pretty just, they're unified and they're unique. We're all kind of still coming off the COVID years, and I think in talking to other coaches across the state, our kids are still adapting, they're still adjusting to, being back even, after a year or so, being back full time, and I think those years, I think put a wall for all of us, and, that we had to battle and confront. So I think it's universal when we speak of those things. And I think it's not just one place. I think it's in South Texas and West Texas, East Texas, and then the North Texas part, just things that we're all having to still deal. And, this is a great fraternity where you can call a coach in South Texas and you're going to be able to spend and have conversations, and you can do that in West Texas, you can do that in East, and you can call somebody over in the north side of the Panhandle, and you're going to get the same type of communication. We're all here to help each other. So I just think we all have some challenging times. For us here, I mean, there's always the same, you got certain things that, kids do, and we have different, different issues, that you would have, say, for example, in the Corpus Christi area where, kid may go fishing, or surfing, and here, they're going to be doing something else. So, it's just today's, again, I think it's just a universal, is to keeping kids healthy, keeping them, aligned with what we're trying to get done in our school systems, and making sure that they get a great education first, and making sure they know how to prepare themselves to become better young men and young people, so they can come back and always be a productive person within our communities.
So let's go from real big picture there, bring it down to a small picture, try and learn a little bit about Juan Rodriguez.
Sure.
What would you say your number one guilty pleasure is?
My number one what?
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure? Are we talking football or just in life in general? Your
call.
My number one guilty pleasure. I think, as we talk about the great state of Texas, one of the biggest issues that I have is there's a Dairy Queen everywhere I go. And so if I have to say that I have a guilty pleasure, it would have to be in anybody across the state that knows me, from UIL to all the way down to Corpus Christi, or even here and now in West Texas, and I'm a big Blizzard guy, and they know which ones are my favorite. Heck, I get gift cards for Blizzards, or I've got my old principal in Dallas that say, she'll text me from time to time, please stay away from those Blizzards, they're not good for you. But if I can eat a Blizzard every day, I would. Unfortunately now, as we get a little bit older, they're kind of hard. So now I just kind of tone it down, but that's definitely a guilty pleasure. But if I have to say also, I love doing what I do. I love being dedicated to this profession of wonderful educators and coaches. And it's something where I can honestly look at you and anybody else that I haven't had to work a day in my life since I started doing this. I love kids, I love helping, and I love helping our community and being a part of it. When we got here a year ago, as a staff and as a family, You know, one of the first things we always like to do is invest time within our kids and our community and the people here at Lubbock, and not just Lubbock High, but all of Lubbock for that matter, and to be invested in, and to be of someone where, you know, people can say, I'm proud to have Coach Rodriguez represent our community and our kids.
All right, Coach, well, thank you very much for your time today. Best of luck as you wrap up the school year and move into the 23 season.
Hey, well, thank you so much, and I appreciate you reaching out to me and having some time for me to speak with you today. And as always, God bless, and thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Coach. And for our viewers, if you like this video, hit the like button down there below the video, and that really helps us get this video in front of more eyes on YouTube. And if you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button so you get notified of future videos.
LoneStarGridiron.com. Access the complete history of Texas high school football, over 100 years of information, win-loss records, coaching histories, individual stats, records, and more. Lone Star Gridiron, the authority on Texas high school football.